The first time Commander Varela looked at me, it wasn't with curiosity. It was with irritation. "You are smaller than I expected," she said, her voice sharp, precise, and completely unimpressed. I glanced down at myself, then back at her. "Yeah," I said. "We get that a lot." She didn't smile, didn't react, didn't even blink. Around us, the command deck of the warship Kethra Vol pulsed with quiet, controlled energy. Every surface was alive with faint luminescent patterns, responding to the touch of the alien crew as they navigated systems far beyond human design. And every single one of them was watching me. Not openly, not obviously, but I could feel it. "Human specialist Cale Arden," Varela continued, pacing slowly in front of me. "Assigned to assist in tactical adaptation and anomaly analysis." "That's me." "You are aware," she said, stopping directly in front of me, "that your species has no experience in our form of warfare." "Correct," I said. "And yet," she continued, "you have been placed on my ship." "Also correct." Her eyes narrowed slightly. "Explain why I should tolerate this." I shrugged. "Because someone up there thinks I can help," I said. "And because if I can't, you can throw me out an airlock later." A pause. Then, a very faint shift in her expression. Not quite approval, but not rejection either. "You will observe," she said finally. "You will not interfere." Understood. I meant it, at the time. The Kethra were not like humans. They were faster, stronger, more precise. Everything they did was calculated, efficient, and deliberate. Emotion? It existed, but it was controlled, contained. Where humans reacted, they analyzed. Where humans hesitated, they acted. Where humans hoped, they planned. Which is why, when things went wrong, they weren't ready. It started with a signal. Unknown origin, unknown structure, and completely impossible to decode. "We have attempted all known translation matrices," one of the officers said. "The signal does not correspond to any recognized pattern." Varela stood at the center of the command deck, arms folded behind her back. "Then it is not a language," she said. "It is noise." I tilted my head. "Or it's something you're not used to," I muttered. Her gaze snapped toward me. "You were told to observe." "I am observing," I said. "And I'm observing that you're treating this like a standard problem." "It is a standard problem." "No," I said quietly. "It's not." The room went silent. Every eye turned toward me. "Explain," Varela said. I stepped forward, carefully. "Humans have a thing," I said. "We recognize patterns that aren't obvious. We see connections where there shouldn't be any." "That is called error," one of the officers said. "Sometimes," I said. "Other times, it's intuition." Varela studied me, long, intently. "Proceed," she said. I exhaled slowly, then stepped up to the console. The signal pulsed across the display, erratic, chaotic, completely unstructured. At least, that's how it looked. "Play it as audio," I said. Confusion rippled through the crew. "It is not sound," one of them said. "Trust me," I replied. After a moment's hesitation, Varela nodded. "Do it." The signal filled the room, not as noise, but as something else. Something rhythmic. I closed my eyes, listened, felt it. "There," I said suddenly. "Did you hear that?" "No," multiple voices replied at once. "Exactly," I said. "You're trying to understand it logically. Stop doing that." I tapped the console, reconfigured the output, layered the frequencies, shifted the timing. And suddenly, it clicked. A pattern emerged, not perfect, but real. "It's not language," I said. "It's emotion." Silence. "That is not possible," Varela said. "Why not?" I asked. "You said your species controls emotion. What if someone out there doesn't?" The idea hit them like a shockwave, because it wasn't just unfamiliar. It was unthinkable. "Decode it," Varela ordered. I nodded and got to work. Hours passed, then days, and slowly, the truth came together. It wasn't a message, not in the way they understood. It was a distress signal, but not coordinates, not data. Emotion. Raw, unfiltered. Fear. Pain. Loneliness. "They're not asking for help," I said quietly. "They are feeling it." The room was silent. Even the systems seemed to pause. Varela stepped closer. "Can you locate the source?" I hesitated, then nodded. "Yeah," I said. "I think I can." And that's when everything changed. The source was deep within a dead zone, a region of space the Kithra avoided, not because it was dangerous, but because it was unpredictable. "We do not go there," one officer said. "We do now," Varela replied. She looked at me. "This is your responsibility now." I swallowed. No pressure. The journey was wrong. That's the only way I can describe it. The deeper we went, the more the ship reacted. Systems flickered, sensors failed, and the signal got stronger. Not louder, stronger. I could feel it, not just hear it. "Something is affecting us," one officer reported. "Maintain course," Varela said. I gripped the console. "It's not attacking us," I said. "It's reaching." "Explain." "It's scared," I said. That didn't make sense to them, but it made sense to me. We reached the source, and everything stopped. The signal cut out. The systems stabilized. The silence was absolute. "What happened?" Varela asked. I stared at the display. "I think," I said slowly, "it knows we're here." Then the ship shook. A massive structure emerged from the darkness. Not a ship, not a station. Something else. Alive. The crew froze. Weapons systems activated. "Hold fire!" I shouted. Varela turned to me. "Give me one reason." "Because it's not attacking," I said. "It's communicating." "How?" I looked at her, then at the structure. "Through me." Before she could stop me, I reached out. Not physically, but mentally, emotionally. And for a moment, everything disappeared. I wasn't on the ship anymore. I was inside something vast, ancient, alone. The feelings hit me all at once. Fear, loss, confusion, centuries of isolation. "I hear you," I whispered. The response was immediate, overwhelming, relief. When I came back, the entire crew was staring at me. "What did you do?" Varela asked. I smiled weakly. "I listened." What followed changed everything. The entity, whatever it was, wasn't hostile. It was lost, disconnected, and for the first time, it wasn't alone. The Kithra didn't understand it, couldn't, but they didn't need to, because I did. And through me, they learned. Weeks later, back at the station, Varela stood beside me, the same place we had first met. "You were not what I expected," she said. "Yeah," I said, "I get that a lot." She shook her head. "No," she said, "you were more." I raised an eyebrow. That almost sounds like a compliment. "It is," she said. A pause, then, She didn't expect this from a human, she added quietly. Neither did anyone else, I said, and for the first time, she smiled.